I'm going to help you decide whether you should go with mini LED or OLED for your next TV or monitor. So first, let's go over what both of these are. OLED, or organic light emitting diode. So OLED is essentially replacing the LCD and the backlighting technology. It's basically a light diode that's all you need. You don't need to have an LCD and a back panel to actually backlight it. So therefore, you can actually achieve true black colors because the light emitting diodes can completely turn off, which can give you a true deep black color. Now, mini LED is exactly what it sounds like. It is a still backlit panel, but instead of it being one big panel, it's thousands of tiny LEDs that can individually light certain zones. So the biggest difference between mini LED and OLED is going to be your peak brightness. Now, with mini LED, you're going to get a higher nit rate. That means overall better brightness, which is going to be better for those really brightly lit rooms, or if you have direct sunlight going onto your monitor or TV, mini LED is going to really overcome those bright lights. Now, the biggest pro with OLED is the fact that you have the best contrast on the market. You're going to get true blacks along with really, really high contrast colors, meaning it's going to look really freaking good when you're playing video games or watching your favorite show or movie. Now, another advantage with mini LED is pricing. Typically, mini LED is a little bit cheaper to produce, so overall, you're going to get a cheaper panel. You know, for monitors, you're usually looking at about $200 to $400 for mini LED, while OLED typically doesn't start until $400 or $500. Now, one of the biggest cons with OLED is the fact that you still have risk for burn-in. Now, most TVs and monitors have things built in where they basically do a pixel refresh, or they'll keep a static image from being on the screen for too long by having something pop up and play. I will say I have heard of many gamers in the middle of their gaming sessions having a pixel refresh happen that you can't always stop, so your monitor may literally turn off for 10 minutes to do that. Mini LED, however, since there's no organic compounds in there, don't really have the risk for burn-in, so this may be a huge sway in your decision. Now, the cool part is for mini LED and OLED, more so OLED, I'd say they're both very fast technologies. They both have really high refresh rates typically and very low response time, even as low as 0.3 milliseconds. But I gotta say, overall, both of them are really good technologies. They're both way better than traditional OG style LCD panels. They look amazing. They all have really good brightness. They all have amazing contrast. But I want to know down below, based on these weighted options, which one would you go with?